It is general election year and there'll be a big test for the parties later this week when two parts of England head to the polls in by-elections. The Conservatives hold the seats, Labour hopes to take both, and the Liberal Democrats want to try and cause an upset. Voters in Kingswood in South Gloucestershire, which is on the edge of the city of Bristol, will be at the polls on Thursday. This follows the resignation of ex-Conservative MP Chris Skidmore. The former minister stood down last month over the government's energy plans. The other by-election is in Wellingborough, which was called following a recall petition in the Northamptonshire constituency. It was prompted by former Tory MP Peter Bone's suspension from the House of Commons for 6 weeks for breaching the MP's code of conduct. My colleague Nikki Schiller is spending the day in Wellingborough, joins us now from a community centre in the town. Nikki.
Yes, Lauren, welcome to this Eco Hub in Wellingborough, which is also a swap shop. You can see lots of items here of clothing and other different items, and people bring those in to swap for others. And down here, we've got a whole range of baby clothes as well that are available at the Eco Hub and swap shop. And Jonathan Hornet is with me. He is the man who's running this. And I can see behind, we've got lots of items of food with us, Jonathan. Do people just allowed to come in and take that food? How does it work here?
It's part of our food sharers project. So what people do, they can bring food and take food as they please. The idea of the project is to save food from going from waste. So on a Tuesday, we go to a local food bank and clear all the food that they've had for the weekend. So there's plenty of food from that, but we also go to Tesco's and the Co-op tonight to replenish the food, so that we've got in the region of about 20 crates worth of food that people can come in and help themselves to, all completely free. There's no checks, there's no need to worry about it. You're saving food and helping the environment.
So what would you like the new MP to do if you had one thing on your agenda that you think they should look at?
What I would really like our MP to do is to try and work with the community to support groups like ourselves, not just ourselves, that are actually helping local people with the cost of living crisis. There's an awful lot of deprivation in the area. In fact, in all of the areas, there's pockets throughout the town. I'd like to see there being a lot more support to enable more good things like ourselves to help the many thousands of people that are in need at the moment.
Well, you may also be able to see here in the background, this is the So Social group. They're also known as the Knitter Natterers. They are here and we're going to talk to them very shortly. But first, we asked the 11 candidates who are standing in the by-election to send us a video telling us in 30 seconds why they should vote for them. 8 of them responded to our request, and here is what they said.
Vote for Nick the Flying Brick, the official monster raving loony party candidate for the parliamentary by-election in Wellingborough. Vote for insanity. Vote to abolish gravity with Nick the Flying Brick, the official monster raving loony party. You know it makes sense.
I'm standing because I'm embarrassed. We have been in the national press many times, from the MP, hence this by-election, to the police crime commissioner, to the police chief. Integrity would be the first job that you would have to build back public's trust, to build vibrant and thriving town centres where people feel safe, to try and tackle knife crime, to try and mitigate the cost of living, and also to find GP and dentists' appointments for the constituents of this community.
I'm standing in Wellingborough because the country faces an existential threat at multiple levels. Migration is out of control. Government finances are out of control. Borrowing, taxation at a historic high with nothing to show for it. GDP per capita shrinking. We need an urgent change of direction. We need to cut taxes on the working and middle classes. We need to cut taxes on business. We need to stop illegal migration. We need to slash immigration. We need to ditch net zero and cut the cost of living. And we need to boost the economy urgently.
Hi, I'm Helen Harrison. I'm the Conservative candidate for the Wellingborough and Rushden by-election that takes place on next week on the 15th of February. I'm campaigning to stop the boats, improve our local NHS by making sure that we get the Kettering General Hospital rebuild done as fast as possible, and get an urgent care centre for our constituency at the Isbrook Hospital in Wellingborough, and to get our roads fixed. We need to get those potholes filled with the £2 million extra from the government, and make sure that we get the Isham bypass done.
Hi, I'm Jen Kitchen. I'm Labour's candidate for the upcoming Wellingborough by-election. This election is personal to me because I grew up in Northamptonshire to a forces family. I'm standing on 5 pledges. Number 1 is to bang the drum for our town centres. Number 2 is to get knives off the streets. Number 3 is to sort the potholes. Number 4 is to increase access to healthcare in the area. And number 5 is to put more money back in your pocket. I hope you'll vote for me for a fresh start and a change for Wellingborough.
Hello everybody, my name is Will Morris and I am the Green Party candidate. I'm a local resident. I've lived in the constituency for 25 years. My priorities for the election are to tackle the cost of living crisis, tackle the cost of housing crisis to ensure people have a place to live that is safe and secure, to make sure that we have a town centre, village centres that are secure, and to make sure that we take care of the environment. Thank you.
I'm Marion Turner-Hawes, and as an independent candidate with years of experience helping people and organisations from across this area, I'm offering something completely different. A plan that brings us all together and offers us new and sustainable work opportunities and brings in investment to this community, where all are heard, no one is left behind, and all MP resources are used for the benefit of this community.
Hi, my name's Kev Watts. Why should you vote for me? Born and bred in the Wellingborough area, I've been a councillor for over 10 years. There is a great deal that needs to be done, I realise that. But spending and wasting your taxes and your council tax on matters you don't get a say on needs to stop. I will always put you, the voter, first, you and your families, of which has not been done for many a year. A vote for me is a vote for your voice.
So that is what the candidates have said. I'm joined by Emma, Sheila and Julia, who are part of the So Social group. You just listened to the candidates. Do any of them appeal to you? What matters to you?
I think there's many things that appeal to a wide range of people. It's whether they're going to deliver on them or not. Personally, I think we need a massive difference on healthcare. Dentists especially. I've been waiting over a year for an appointment, which then has a knock-on effect to mental health, which also has a lack of funding. And that affects everybody. And then that also affects like your ability to work, your ability to pay for food, and yeah, I think that's where people are struggling most.
Sheila, what would you like if you had one thing that you want the new MP to tackle here in Wellingborough? What would it be?
I think the lack of maintenance with areas and rubbish that's everywhere, potholes that they've been saying for a long time they're gonna repair, and they don't deliver on anything. I just think that all these promises that they're saying they're going to do, they really need to deliver, but you don't know until they're actually in whether that's going to happen.
And Julie, you've just got your cup of tea there. You're welcome. What would you like the MP who is successful to do as their first priority?
I think we need A&E services down the Isbrook. They keep saying it's going to come, but it doesn't come. You know, as I say, that's what we need. There's more and more houses, and also they should build more council houses. People say they're affordable houses, but they're struggling to pay, and they're getting turned out the houses.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of potholes. A lot of people have talked about the potholes. Emma, you volunteer in here. How many people come in and out of this hub?
Well, many. There was one occasion that there was even 90, nearly 100 that came in. Many of them desperate for food. We get all sorts in there. Some people that, it's not just people out of work, it's people that are in work and they haven't got enough money to cover costs, so they rely on our services.
Okay. Well, one of the other issues that has been brought up here in Wellingborough is concerns about knife crime. And joining us now is Rav Jones, who is part of a group called Off the Streets, who's been trying to tackle knife crime here in Wellingborough. I know the numbers went up, Rav, and they are slowly coming down. How much of an issue is it here in the town?
Well, in the town, it's a massive issue in terms of our community. However, we are working with other organisations and the authorities on reducing those statistics. And as you can see throughout the UK, within Northamptonshire, the statistics has fallen a bit. However, the issue still lays there. And we need to put things in place to be able to reduce those statistics further.
You work with young people. Why do they feel the need that they do have to carry a knife?
A lot of them say it's fear. Some of them for protection. Sometimes they carry the weapon purely for protection. Hoping they don't use it, but most of the time, as we know from statistics as well, 51% that actually gets used against them. It's purely fear.
So I've asked everyone what they would want from their MP, the new MP that is going to be elected here in Wellingborough. What would you want them to look at?
Well, whoever wins, we just want them to focus on making our community a more safer place for all our youths, provide us with more youth centres and youth clubs for the youths. These are what the kids have spoken to us about and said there's a lack of those things. If we can provide all those things and to educate our youths, then that will help massively.
And do you think that they are likely to do that? We've heard from the ladies, they make promises, but it's about following through a lot of the time, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what the lady was saying there in terms of not following through on things. So that is where, me personally, I'm not a specific party person. I don't vote. Yeah, so I look at things, I say, as long as they do the work, then the community will stand with you. If you do as you say you're going to do, the community will stand with you. But if you don't, you'll just get those type of questions and those type of answers.
OK, Rav Jones from Off the Streets, thank you very much for joining us. Now, I just want to get Kev, our cameraman, to turn around. You can see up here, these are some of the election campaign leaflets that have been put through the doors of houses here in Wellingborough, as number of candidates standing is 11. So you can find out all of the details on all of the 11 candidates on the BBC News website or app. And indeed, you can find that at bbc.co.uk/news. And then if you search for Northampton, those Wellingborough MP candidates, there are 11 of them who are standing in the by-election on Thursday. You will find them there. We will be back later talking to more people here in Wellingborough about what they want from their new MP. But Lauren, for the moment, back to you in the studio.